Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast where it's time you forget about it. It's Lost the Midcard. We are here. We got a couple of big shows this weekend. We got Crown Jewel today, actually. So it'll probably be already happening by the time the podcast drops. But we got Crown Jewel today. We'll break down those matches, give you our predictions for that, which actually looks to be a good card. Might be the best Saudi show they've ever put on, or best overseas show they put on in quite some time. We've also got Bound for Glory this Saturday as well for Impact Wrestling. They're, possibly biggest show of the year. So we will break that down as well, and much more in between. But first, thank you to everybody joining us on the podcast side of things. You can search for Lost in the Midcard. Make sure you find the new feed. We are on anchor.fm now, and you can find us on any of your favorite podcasting apps, whether it be Spotify, iTunes, Pocket Casts, Google, any of that fun stuff. Search for Lost in the Midcard. On the YouTube as well. Search for Lost in the Midcard there as well. On the socials at LITMC, at LITMC Podcast on the Twitter. Facebook.com/Lost in the Midcard on the Facebook. And everything on our website as well at LITMCpodcasts.com. I'm your host, Jeremy Bennett. You can find me on the Twitter at JB Huskers. As always, my co-host, he is on the Twitter at Raw F Showtime. It is Mr. Matt Black. Matt, how you doing?
What up, sucker?
Hey, forget about it. Hey, Tony here. Don't forget about it.
Calm down.
We need Big Tony to show up on NXT.
Tony will whip his ass.
Big Tony staring down little Tony. What's going on, man?
Not a whole lot, brother. Not a whole lot.
Having fun transcribing Tony Khan?
Dude, I didn't fucking do that. Dude, literally, it's exactly what I told Jeremy this afternoon. I was listening to Busted Open this morning, and I heard the question. And I was like, ooh, this would be good. Let me start recording the audio so I can transcribe it afterwards.
Yeah.
By the time Tony was done speaking, it was like 8 minutes. And I'm like, fuck that. Not worth it.
I did.
I was done.
I did top story with Kev Kellum today on Sportskeeda, and we covered that story. And man, me trying to find out just the parts about Bischoff were a fucking treasure hunt. My God, I put it on the Twitter to Jeremy Lambert from Fightful. I go, you deserve a Pulitzer for fucking transcribing that.
I saw that tweet and I liked it because he absolutely did.
My God.
I couldn't believe that, man. I was just like, holy shit.
Right? My God. Ooh. Bloodsport also happening on Friday. I might watch Bloodsport. I'm going to be home for Bloodsport. I will not be home for Bound for Glory, so I'm going to have to catch that on the flip side, either Sunday or Monday. I know the Bears play in the afternoon against the Bucks, so if that game gets ugly, I can throw on some Bound for Glory maybe. What do we got on for Bloodsport? We got a little Suzuki, Chris Dickinson. That might be fun. Josh Barnett against Tiger Ruas. That's the old Arturo who was in NXT and Raw Underground. Davey Richards is in action. Marina Shafir is in action. Calvin Tankman in action. I saw him at the last GCW show. He was pretty impressive. Royce Isaacs taking on Clark Connors. Philly Tom Lawler, who I believe just got done or is almost done with MLW. His contract is about up there, I believe.
It's been a couple weeks left.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he sticks around.
Or Ring of Honor, maybe. I don't know if he'll go to the big ones, but I could see him go to Ring of Honor, too. It wouldn't surprise me. Rampage kicked off quite an interesting Friday. It was pretty fun Friday, wasn't it, Matt?
The Friday Night Wars were alive and well, brother.
Tony Khan was letting you aware of that they won the demo.
I don't freaking blame them. WWE leaked out the Fast Nationals on Saturday, but failed to leak out the the demo like they had every week beforehand.
Yeah.
And then they were just like, we're just gonna ignore this.
Right.
But
Tony will not.
I do not blame Tony one bit for taking that victory lap on Monday afternoon.
It's such good
not
shit.
Not one bit.
No. Especially when you got a show that got a 2-hour head start on you in a better time. So yeah,
the buy-in was awesome.
My God. So I take it you watched the buy-in live and forego to SmackDown as well, didn't you?
Dude, I was able to watch the last 90 minutes of SmackDown in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then literally all I watched was the 10 to 10:30 shit. I watched Banks and Becky, and I watched the contract signing, and that was it. Like nothing else they did from 9 to 10 I gave a shit about.
We'll get it.
I didn't even bother watching it.
We'll get into SmackDown soon, but Santana Garrett returning to the company for a match against Takanchi. Bobby Fish taking on Lee Moriarty in a match that did not suck. Also,
certainly did not.
Congrats to Lee Moriarty. Shortly after that match, it was announced that he is all elite now. So that's pretty cool. Great young wrestler. So a very good get for Tony Khan. So welcome to the team, Lee. I think he did a couple of dark matches too before he faced Fish.
Yeah, he's been doing stuff for a while with them.
Then we could probably pencil this in for a potential marquee nominee for match of the year. Minoru Suzuki and Bryan Danielson just tore the fucking house down. Man, the crowd was so hot for this match. I mean, the match went about 20, maybe 22 minutes. I think 20 minutes is about what it went. And just beating the dog shit out of it.
Was so much fun. Like I legit, like I had a gigantic smile on my face when the match was over.
Yeah.
Like it was just fucking awesome to watch.
I love Suzuki's taunts. They are the best in pro wrestling. But after several attempts to hit the label lock, Bryan Danielson nailing the running knee, which I don't believe has a name quite yet. It really didn't have a name in WWE either, so it may not need one. But Bryan gets the win over Minoru in a 20-minute classic. Tremendous goddamn match. I mean, Minoru is he's not fucking around in the United States, is he, Matt?
He's wrestling everywhere.
He's going
he's like fuck it.
He's going to Impact Wrestling now. I got more on that in headlines later, but Minoru is every fucking where, man. Everywhere but WWE. So the main show they gave Punk and Seidel 15 minutes. That was a pretty damn good match there. Of course, the big thing was this match was commercial free as Vince decided to bleed SmackDown into Rampage this week. And so they ran that commercial free, and they won that 15 minutes as well, didn't they, Matt?
Yeah, they didn't have any problems.
After that, Ruby Soho took on the Bunny, which led to a great comment from MJF in an interview recently that said mentioned that Ruby Soho defeated Roman Reigns in the demo after Roman brags about how there's not many.
Roman had a lot of egg on his face on Monday.
Yeah.
Of course, he'll never admit to it, but he had a lot of egg on his face on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people
made himself look really dumb.
A lot of people get on Tony for talking. I mean, Roman's doing a lot of talking.
The thing is, both sides are doing plenty of talking.
Yeah.
But the people that want to sit on one side of the fence or the other will finger point at the opposite side. But the fact of the matter is, everybody's talking. Both sides are talking. And it's not a bad thing. It's fun. And like the people that are taking it too seriously are the people that are making it not fun.
Friday night was a fun night of wrestling, man. It was exciting. It got a lot of people excited too, and the ratings were not tremendous by any means, but for either side, but it was a fun night of wrestling, man. I hope they do. Maybe they do it again sometime. Maybe not. Maybe Rampage goes 2 hours and goes into the second hour of SmackDown or something. I don't know. It's really anyone's guess of what they do, what either company does next to try to get to the other one. So
yeah.
Like I said, Ruby Soho took on the Bunny, got the win after 10 minutes there. After the match, Penelope Ford shows up and they work over Ruby with the brass knucks. Main event time. 6-man tag. Jericho, Hager, and Sammy Guevara taking on the Men of the Year and Junior Dos Santos in his AEW professional wrestling debut. And once again, Jorge Masvidal in attendance, hitting a running knee on Jericho. And very good 6-man tag match, I thought. And I think the right team won here with Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page, and Junior Dos Santos. Obviously, this war is not over. We will talk more about it on Dynamite, but it was a pretty damn good episode of Rampage, wasn't it, Matt?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good shit, pal.
I don't have what's on next week's Rampage. Maybe that's in the Dynamite report here. We'll find out. Very next night, Saturday Night Dynamite, as we will also have again this week with NHL preempting AEW for only 2 weeks only. Then it's back to AEW on Wednesdays starting next week. Some of the wrestlers are on the Jericho cruise. I don't know how many AEW wrestlers are on the Jericho cruise this year. It seems like there's a lot less than usual.
I mean, they can't be on there if they're going to be on Dynamite. So
no, I got a buddy of mine down there on the cruise. Just landed there today.
I would not be going on a cruise right now, but that's just me. More power to the people that want to.
Yeah. I'll wait. I'll probably go on a cruise sometime. But I mean, this was not a great lineup. A lot of the people that the big stars that were on the first couple aren't going to be aren't on this one, which is, might be a lot of it due to COVID. I don't know. So yeah, I'd rather wait for another one where it's going to probably have a better cast of characters. Though Danhausen is on the boat, though. I wonder if my buddy will get a photo with Danhausen. I'm sure he will. Very nice, very evil. Got some Danhausen news in the headlines today too.
As we should.
Malachi Black, Dante Martin. Hell of a match when you get the head nod from Malachi Black, huh, Matt?
It's sign of respect. Don't know if it'll lead anything to down the line, but it's a nice little rub for Martin. Like I said, Martin, look, they got plans for that kid.
Oh, yeah.
So
his brother, poor brother. It's left in the dust after the injury, man. What are you gonna do?
Look, nothing you can do about it. It's not like they can bring him in when he's hurt.
Nope. And you got Leo Rush, in an interview on Dynamite saying that he's going to make a tag partner out with him, and maybe Malachi Black recruits him to the dark side. Who knows?
I would assume this will eventually lead to Darius's return.
Yeah, especially with Leo mentioning that he's going to tag with him with Dante. I think that might be the start of telling you that he's close to returning to set up a little something. But yeah, Malachi Black, a little show of respect after a tremendous 10-minute match between Martin and Black there. We get Black and Cody next week. What are they calling this? They calling this Dynamite something special or something? I can't remember.
I don't remember anything special on it.
Yeah.
I think it's just a Dynamite. I'm not looking forward to Malachi Cody 3.
Yeah.
Like this was not necessary. This never needed to happen. So I'm not looking forward to that match. I wish it wasn't happening.
Yeah. Arn Anderson probably gonna end it for good with him if he gets beat again.
I don't think he's gonna lose again. That's why I don't like it.
Oh.
They did the storyline where Malachi was moving on.
Yeah.
So why the fuck are we getting a third fight? Like, Cody doesn't need his fucking win back.
Because Arn's got his gun. That's why.
I don't give a fuck what Arn has.
Arn Theft Auto. Baby.
You dork.
Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus got interviewed. The Super Click beat up Luchasaurus and actually execute the powerbomb this time. Them making fun of the powerbomb on BTE was hilarious.
Showed it here last week.
Mm-hmm. Inner Circle come out, followed by Dan Lambert and the fat faced dipshit along with American Top Team. And so we got a little fat faced dipshit chant going on there. Jericho mentioned how he's got his Inner Circle reunited and ready for a 5-on-5 match with American Top Team. And Lambert mentioning that they got bigger plans pointing at Sammy Guevara's gold, the TNT Championship. Yeah, another good back and forth between these two teams where we will, get a 5-on-5 probably at Full Gear if it hasn't already been official. I don't think it has been. It'll probably be official on Saturday, the 5-on-5. Matt, how about the Las Superanas taking on the Lucha Brothers for the AAA Tag Team Championships?
I think it's hilarious that FTR holds freaking AAA championships.
I think it was hilarious that they were doing a leapfrog in the ring on their entrance. Oh, did you hate that Punk ruined the surprise so soon on commentary?
Because that way he's not treating us like we're morons.
Hey, who does that, Matt?
I've never seen this person before in my life, although he commentated with us for 6 months.
I got a lot of Uno and Dos vibes with the frogs, didn't you? The Conquistadores. The legendary lucha tag team of Edge and Christian. But yeah, new AAA.
Legendary is pushing it.
New AAA tag champs FTR as they take those straps off of the Lucha Bros. And apparently on Tony Khan's notebook, that might have been an FTR then for the Lucha Bros.
I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said last week, I thought FTR could be very similar to what people thought of would have been PTA. P, then F, T obviously, and then A could easily be an R. It just all depends on the way people scribble.
Yeah.
So
we got that Leo Rush Dante Martin interview with Tony Schiavone after the match, and Rush says that from this day forward, Martin is going to have a new tag partner. His name is Leo Rush. Dante's like, huh? Yeah, whatever. Tony trying to get a word in with FTR. MGF celebrating with the Pinnacle. Apparently they did some sort of deal with Andrade. So they gave him a little bit of cash. And then Wheeler Yuta got killed by Jon Moxley. I was hoping this would be like a half-ass competitive match because we all know Wheeler Yuta can go. That didn't happen, did it, Matt?
Mox is in no mood to give competitive matches right now. Just going there and beat people's ass.
Yeah, Punk mentioned it. He just had a war earlier in the week with Nick Gage. So he was in no mood to fuck around. I've got Tony Schiavone. What's with Tony Schiavone interviewing everybody and then they all get in a fight? Do we blame Tony for this? Is it Tony's fault? Serena Deeb and Hikaru Shida got into it. How about Punk's comment of Serena having a fantastic head of hair?
Oh boy.
Little callback to the Straight Edge Society days where Punk made Serena Deeb shave her head. That was hilarious. Punk on commentary is gold, man. We got the Dark Order against the Super Click. Good match, but nobody's going to be surprised. Super Click getting the win there, so that was not a shock at all. After the match, Jungle Boy going all Rambo by himself to the ring and trying to beat up the Elite by himself. Ended up getting Brandon Cutler into the snare trap, though. Weird segment with the Nightmare Factory and Cody. What'd you make of that?
The Cody verse continues, sir.
Okay. Is it time to get the golden shovel? That's what everybody likes to say. They're waiting for Cody to go over himself, and so they could say he's burying people now.
I don't know, man. I'm not feeling the story because I just didn't. If they wanted to branch out and go do their own thing and move Cody on, fine. But to do out and branch this and circle it back around the black really fucking annoyed me. Yeah. I'm just like, fuck this shit. I'm done.
MJF cutting a promo and trying to get a easy, cheap win since he knew that Darby was not there. Sting comes out with a bat. MJF throwing Wardlow in front to take the attack. What a nice guy. Yet another interview with Tony Schiavone that ends in a brawl. This time Anna Jay and Britt Baker, who also got a Bebe shot in there to celebrate her boyfriend's win earlier. Penelope Ford took it on Kiera Hogan. A little 7-minute match there. Penelope Ford getting the win. Afterwards, Ruby Soho coming out, getting some revenge. Video package of Miro. Didn't quite understand what Miro was trying to say there, but okay. Hangman Page comes out to a gigantic ovation. Talk with Tony Schiavone. He talks about the start of AEW where they would change the world with the Bucks and Kenny Omega. Talk about how he failed to become a world champion. And then cowboy shit happened, and then we heard him say cowboy shit about 20 times, which is great. Good promo from Hangman Page, who is going to be winning the title in a couple weeks. Right, Matt?
No, it's obviously happening.
And we get a hell of a match between a couple of veterans, Bryan Danielson and Bobby Fish. That was a very, very good match between those two. They gave them about 13 minutes before Bryan gets the submission win with a knee bar. Then we got that was the end of the show. We got the bracket unveiled for the World Title Eliminator Tournament. The finals will happen on Full Gear. So the first round matchups to me seem pretty obvious. Maybe. Moxley's going to beat 10. Danielson's going to beat Dustin Rhodes, but that's going to be a fun match to see. I guess the two on the bottom aren't going to be obvious. Who do you put over between Orange Cassidy and Powerhouse Hobbs?
It's going to be Cassidy because the story is that Moxley took out Yuta.
Oh yeah, okay. How about Lance Archer and Eddie Kingston?
That's the only one I'm not 100% sure on.
I can see either one going. I think we're leading to a Bryan Danielson, John Moxley match at Full Gear, though, huh?
Yes, it's absolutely Moxley and Danielson at Full Gear. It's not even a question.
Boy, that's going to be fun. I wouldn't be surprised if Moxley goes over here and starts to become a heel.
I definitely think that's where he's. I definitely think that's where it's going.
Yep. That is it. NXT 2.0 this week was probably the worst NXT 2.0 since it's become 2.0. But I am excited for Carmelo Hayes and Johnny Gargano. That's not going to suck. That'll definitely not suck. What else happened? Creed brothers got beat by Imperium. Kind of a surprise there. Figured they would just ride the rocket ship to the top till they won the tag titles. MSK attacking Imperium from behind and getting mercifully booed. So I guess Imperium's the babyface in this match here, Matt, next week.
Yeah, I would certainly say so. You're definitely in the Full Sail crowd, or like the Full Sail crowd, but
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
I
that's
get
essentially what's left over of the Full Sail crowd.
NXT
I mean,
universe.
they hate MSK.
Yeah.
So
how about one of the Creed brothers imitating Walter there for a little bit? Calling out, poking the bear, maybe. I still don't know whether not to hate or love the Kyle O'Reilly Von Wagner segment in the woods. A bonding session in the woods, and I don't know. What was your take on that one, Matt?
I don't have much of an opinion.
Dummy, yeah.
Yeah. Joe Gacy and what's his name? Harland. Baby Brock. Of course, you can't call him Baby Brock anymore with a shaved head. Looking like a serial killer. Cora Jade stuck out a win with Elektra Lopez. Then later on, her boyfriend got beat up by Legado. Io Shirai, JC Jane, and Persia Perota triple threat. Winner gets to spin the wheel. And ouch. Hopefully, JC Jane is okay. So far, I haven't heard anything else. And people in attendance at NXT said that she was walking out under her own power, but taken to the back as a precaution. But holy shit.
It was probably like, you're fucking out. We're pulling you.
Yeah. You cannot go into a suicide dive at turtle speed, else your feet are going to hit the ropes. And that's what happened to her, and literally landed on her neck. And immediately you could see Persia react in concern. And they take her out. We get Persia and Io one-on-one for a little while. Not a bad little one-on-one between those two. Io Shirai getting the win. Spinning the wheel, and hey, we get hurt with a suicide dive, so let's spin the wheel and get a ladder match out of it, huh, Matt?
Here's the thing. If you can't do a fucking suicide dive, don't do a fucking suicide dive. It's really just that simple.
It's kind of like
you can do one and you can do it poorly. Don't do one.
It's kind of like Red Velvet trying to do the standing moonsault, right? Just quit trying.
There's just some moves that wrestlers aren't good at doing. If you're not good at doing, don't do them on television. No. That's what the PC's for. Do the move there until it looks good enough for television.
Do it in the ball pit.
And if it never looks good enough for television, don't fucking do it on television. Not every single person on every single roster needs to be able to do a suicide dive.
Right. So Cora Jade got one up on Elektra Lopez, so then Legado beats the shit out of her boyfriend Trey Baxter before the Bar Boys make the save. Promo for Solo Sikoa, which I don't know why they don't call him an Uso, but hey, whatever. We're dumb apparently. I wonder why Kushida didn't get mad at Ike Manjiro for throwing his clothes in front of a urinal.
It found his Back to the Future gear. That's why.
I know, but dude, he threw his clothes in some piss, probably, man. Yeah,
no one cares.
That was pretty cool, though. Yeah, I got the Marty gear back. Eikeman,
the Time Splitters gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah.
Dummy. Yeah.
Hey, it's time for Tony. Hey, Tony, it's a Tony taking on Ru Fang. And that lasted all 2 minutes with Tony getting the win. And Samantha Irvin interviewing Tony afterwards, asking him about the producer from Lash's Lashing Out show. And Tony goes, I don't know nothing about nothing. And then put some money in her hands to bribe her. And hey, forget about it. Crowd loves Tony. I love Tony. We all love Tony, don't we, Matt? We all love Tony,
brother.
We all love Tony. I told you day one Tony was going to be something. Now, I like Duke Hudson, but boy, this is the shittiest gimmick you could ever put on a guy. That poker thing is dumb. That was like cool in 2003 when poker was mainstream. So leave it to WWE to put a gimmick that was cool and mainstream 18 years ago on a guy. Matt doesn't like Duke Hudson to begin with, so.
Not.
We got the Bar Boys taking on Legado, and Legado got the win there. A short match. Great video package for Raquel Gonzalez and Mandy Rose. I think it's time for a title change, don't you, Matt?
Yeah.
We all know Mandy can pull it off.
If her stablemates don't fuck it up, I think all three of them should walk out of there with gold on Tuesday.
Well, hey, here's the bright side,
it
Matt.
Really just comes down to if Jane is healthy enough to go.
Here's the bright side, Matt. Jane could just take a nap on the outside after a small bump, and Gigi does all the work.
Yeah,
or Mandy.
It's not like they have to defend the tag titles every week.
Hey, it's Mandy. It's no DQ. Mandy. Who's to say Mandy Rose can't come in and help, right? The other two teams don't have a third that could help, so don't be surprised if Mandy comes in and helps. For some reason, we had a match between LA Knight and Grayson Waller for the host of Halloween Havoc, but hey, at least the right guy won.
Dummy. Yeah.
Yeah. LA Knight is your host of Halloween Havoc next week. On Halloween Havoc, Scareway to Hell ladder match between the three tag teams of the women that I just talked about. Raquel Gonzalez and Mandy Rose, also a spin the wheel, make a deal match, and also a spin the wheel, make a deal match, MSK and Imperium for the men's tag titles. Of course, the last two titles are two matches that I mentioned. They have yet to spin the wheel. They will save that wheel spin for Tuesday. Solo Sakaya, whatever you call it. Solo making his debut next week. And of course, the NXT Championship, Ciampa and Braun Breaker. We're not spinning the wheel for this one, Matt? Why not?
Because you're steering the wheel enough. The stupid Chucky's Choice on the damn wheel. I'm already dreading whatever the fuck that's gonna be. We all
know the wheel is rigged, just like in Wheel of Fortune. You can put the brakes on.
As soon as I saw Chucky's Choice on there, I'm like, oh, great, what match is getting that shit?
We all know that the wheel is rigged, just like in Wheel of Fortune. Yes,
if Chucky doesn't say Braun Breaker looks familiar next week, what the fuck's the point?
Right. We all know Pat.
Chucky was in WCW during the Rick versus Scott Steiner rivalry. And if he doesn't fucking comment that Braun Breaker looks familiar, what the fuck are we even doing here?
Oh, boy.
Dummy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the wheel's rigged. You know, we all know Pat Sajak has a break under there. Come on, don't lie. Do you think Ciampa loses? I see a lot of people think that Breaker might get this.
I would not even be the slightest bit surprised if almost every title changes hands.
It's that 2.0 shit, man.
I think the only title that might not change hands is the tag titles, because I think NXT might think they have something in a heel MSK.
Yeah,
but I could easily see the World Women's and Tag Team titles changing. They've already moved the North America title, so they don't need to do anything with that. And besides, they're doing that haunted house shtick next week anyway, so they don't have to do the match.
Unless they turn GYV face, there's a huge lack of baby faces in that tag division. You got your Bar Boys, Briggs and Jensen, but they're really new.
You don't think they're setting up Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I mean, that's like I felt that was clear as day last night. Kyle O'Reilly's back in the tag division.
Red Dragon 2.0.
Dude, that's blasphemy.
I know it is. That's why I said it.
You should be bitch slapped alongside your fucking skull. You dare call them Red Dragon 2.0. The only question is much like my Liv Morgan question is, when is Kyle O'Reilly's contract up? That's what I want to know. When's Kyle's deal up? When's Liv Morgan's deal up? Those are my two most highly anticipated contract expirations, of that entire company right now.
After tomorrow, we might be asking when Xavier Woods' contract's up.
Dude, you know he's not winning.
And the main event, good main event. About one of the big bright sides of NXT last night was Tommaso Ciampa and Braun Breaker taking on the grizzled young veterans. Soon, they're well overdue to become NXT Tag Team Champions. Good guys get the win, and then the guys in the title match stare each other down to end the show. SmackDown, supersized. Stupid sized. Edge cutting a good promo, saying he's gonna scar the soul of Seth Rollins. That's some heavy shit there, man. No surprise, Finn Balor beating Sami Zayn in the King of the Ring because we know Sami Zayn ain't going to Saudi.
That's why he shouldn't even have been in the second round to begin with. He should have been knocked out in the first round. I was just like, what are you even doing?
I mean, it was a good match between those two, but the end was never in doubt. As no surprise, the Sonya Deville match with Naomi didn't happen. Instead, it was a handicap match with Shayna Baszler. Though on the bright side,
I could have told you last week that match wasn't happening.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm pretty sure I did.
On the bright side, Sonya got physical, so I think she is in an imminent return to the ring, which is good for business. And if she teams with Baszler, that could be a good duo right there, boy.
Dude, what they did to Baszler on Monday was fucking criminal.
How many times has she lost to that? Karafuda clutch, roll back 1, 2. She's lost to that at least 5 times in the past 3 years, I bet. As I spit on the microphone.
My God.
I bet she's lost 5 times. Seth Rollins coming out looking like Harvey Dent. What a great suit. What a tremendous suit. Love it. So Seth Rollins cutting a promo as we head towards Hell in a Cell. Carmella, Zelina Vega, Battle of the Jobbers on SmackDown. Zelina Vega wins that jobber match. And so Zelina going to the finals of the King of the Ring to face the winner of Doudrop and Shayna, who is we've already spoiled for you. Then we got some happy talk, and we got some. Then we got a good street fight for the SmackDown tag titles, Usos and Street Profits. Now word comes out that even though they didn't break up the Street Profits, word is coming out. I think it was from Uncle Dave that said, "Don't be surprised if they still push Tez in the singles division, even though they didn't split him up in the draft." So a lot of talk was that they were going to split up the Street Profits, and Tez going to Monday Night Raw and Dawkins on SmackDown to probably turn into Tucker. Am I wrong? If they split them up, Dawkins is basically Tucker in this situation.
Hey, what can you do?
Am I right? Am I wrong?
I don't think so. I think he'll fare better than Tucker did.
Well, it's kind of hard to fare worse. I don't think Tucker did anything outside of chase the 24/7 belt. We got a tremendous Sasha Banks Becky Lynch match that with Sasha getting the win after 17 minutes. That was a hell of a match between those two ladies. We hadn't seen them wrestle in a couple of years. And then the SmackDown ended with the contract signing between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. And Brock Lesnar stirring the shit pot once again, saying Reigns called him a dumbass for signing the contract without even reading it. And he goes, yeah, I already read the contract this morning with my advocate, Paul Heyman. How good was that delivery, Matt?
Well, when Brock wants to, Brock is very good on the microphone.
Yeah, they just don't give him.
It just comes down to the fact of him wanting to do it.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, I already read it this morning with my advocate, Paul Heyman. Paul, who's been tremendous throughout this entire feud, looking like he just shit his pants with a white suit on. Oh, that was fun though. SmackDown pretty good. Rampage pretty good. So it was a good Friday. I say good Friday. Good Friday to y'all. Monday Night Raw was, I don't know, just there as usual, I guess. Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair. Look, promo to kick off Raw. We never see that. But at least Xavier Woods beat Jinder Mahal, Matt. At least we got that.
I'm shocked he got that win.
At least we got that. Austin Theory got beat Jeff Hardy again, but Jeff got a little bit of revenge after that match, hitting a little twist of fate and posing for his own selfie with Austin Theory after that. Why did we need Big E and Drew McIntyre to take on the Dirty Dogs again? I don't know why. But there we are. Cedric Alexander took on Mansoor. Lost to him in a short match. I thought Mansoor cut a pretty good promo after the match on Ali, though. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, they don't give him very many opportunities to talk, and I thought the chance they gave him, he knocked out of the park. So... How Vince McMahon would it be to have Mansoor lose on Thursday?
Ooh.
Does he loves jobbing people out in their hometown?
Yeah, but Mansoor has never lost in his home.
I know, but I'm just
I mean,
saying.
He won a goddamn battle royal.
How fucking hilarious that would be if Vince like, oh, this is gonna be great shit.
Yeah, but he hates Ali just as much as he hates Mansoor. So. Double count out. That's some good booking, pal.
And freaking Ali's donating his entire paycheck from tomorrow to charity. So,
yep. I think Dave Meltzer said it. He's like, yeah, after this, neither guy's going to really see the light of day for a while. Like they bring out Mansoor for the Saudi shows and it can give him an angle. And then he goes back into catering. And so he expects both guys to go back into catering after this. You had Goldberg, Lashley leading up to their match. All fine and dandy. Let's just get that match going. Enough talk. RK Bro took on the Street Profits. Good match there. AJ Styles caught the DQ, though. I think we're going to probably be revisiting Street Profits and RK Bro very soon. Probably Survivor Series. Unless they're on teams, then maybe, well, hell, I might have to stretch that to day one because we don't have a December pay-per-view this year, do we, Matt?
Thank God. Give some time off.
Tables, ladders, and chairs no longer on the calendar. I say put TLC before Mania and move Elimination Chamber because I've always been an advocate of hating Elimination Chamber before Mania. Hate it. So let's move Chamber. Let's put TLC in there. And we'll have a good old time. Queen's Crown semifinal, Doudrop beating Shayna Baszler, as we had mentioned. And somebody timed out all the matches in the men's King of the Ring going up to the finals and the women's King of the Ring going into the finals. And the men got around an hour and the women got like 15 minutes, I think it was. God. I mean, seriously. Could you have, for the first ever Queen's Crown tournament, could you have put it as any more filler than you could have done?
I don't know, man.
They fed Mace to Finn Balor to set up a great stare down between him and Woods. I liked the stare down. A lot of fun. John Morrison doing his best Matt Sydal gimmick with the Viking Raiders wondering what the fuck he's doing. Then we got for the Raw Women's Championship, the bright spot of the show, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair with a goddamn great 22-minute match that led with a DQ finish, but still was a damn good match there with those two ladies. I dug it. Dug it. Let's head into some headlines before we get to our predictions. Deonna Purrazzo thinks her and Britt Baker should team up and pursue the Knockouts tag titles, Matt. Are you down with that?
Yeah. I'm totally down with that.
How great of a team would that be?
I've been waiting for some interaction between the women's divisions of Impact and AEW. I actually think it's long overdue.
And Matt, with a good segue, Fightful Select came out today with an article that they interviewed Deonna Purrazzo, and she confirmed that she has spoken to Scott D'Amore to do crossover work with All Elite Wrestling, and specifically Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. And Baker has also done the same with Tony Khan. No progress as of on the potential of it, but it has been floated around to the bosses. So come on, bosses, get to bossing and get this done, because this will be a lot of fun. Update on Crown Jewel. Charlotte Flair is not in Saudi Arabia, so they're not going to make it a surprise fatal 4-way for to make it Becky 2 belts or somebody, or Bianca 2 belts or whatever. As Charlotte has a signing in Wichita, Kansas, just a couple hours from myself on Friday morning. So where SmackDown is going to be. So don't expect that to become a fatal 4-way. Undertaker in full gear introducing Pitbull at a concert in Saudi Arabia, Matt. That just sounds completely normal, doesn't it?
Look, nothing's going to stir the Undertaker might be at Crown Jewel tomorrow, like Undertaker being in Saudi for no fucking reason other than to introduce a fucking concert. So
yeah, I think the chances of him appearing tomorrow are going to be yes. Oh, that was definitely obvious. NXT viewership ahead of Halloween Havoc dropping down to 606,000 viewers, which was down from 632,000 viewers the week before. That 2.0 experiment's working, isn't it, Matt?
I mean, look, what can you do?
Getting worse ratings than before. Might tell you something. Monday Night Raw incrementally increasing their viewership to 1.59 million. SmackDown, of course, you had the big head-to-head, but of course it was on FS1, so much lower audience at 866. I believe the last FS1 show, I cannot find it now. I thought it did about 1 million before, so it's kind of lower numbers there. And Dynamite on Saturday night pulled in 727,000 viewers. Not terrible for a Saturday, I'd say. Impact Wrestling pulling in 89,000 viewers, and Rampage on that head-to-head Friday night pulling in about 578,000 viewers, up from that dismal 502 that they had the week before. Well wishes to Hacksaw Jim Duggan, as he has had some emergency surgery, and word is that he is okay and recovering from that right now. So get well soon to Hacksaw. What do you think of Eric Bischoff telling Tony Khan to stay quiet, Matt? Should he?
I think Eric Bischoff is the same man who wrote a book that was titled "Controversy Creates Cash." So
exactly.
all he's doing. It's all Bischoff's doing right now. People are falling for this shit, hook, line, and sinker. All Bischoff's doing right now is trying to draw attention to his podcast, because let's face it, there ain't nothing really left of the 83 weeks to talk about. And the guy wants to bring new attention to his show, so he's creating some controversy to make himself some cash. That's all it fucking is. And the fact of the matter is that people just don't understand this makes me laugh hysterically, because people fall for this shit. People say things online just to get attention. All Bischoff's doing right now is his own form of trying to get attention.
No.
It's all it is, man.
No. Tony Khan stated a Dynamite being on Saturday this week is going to bring a little college football flavor and have a little college football themed countdown show. What are your thoughts on that, Matt? Good idea?
It's fine.
Dynamite lineup for Saturday: Cody Rhodes, Malachi Black, Dustin Rhodes, Bryan Danielson in eliminator tournament match, and Lance Archer and Eddie Kingston in an eliminator tournament match. I'm going to go with I'm gonna go Archer over Kingston now that I've thought about it a little longer. But Danielson beating Danielson, oh man, Danielson and Dustin Rhodes, then Danielson and Archer, then Danielson and Moxley. Geez, that's just great matchups left and right for the American Dragon, man. I love it. Tyler Breeze recently joined the Danger Zone with Chris Danker and talked about the party and talked about how they would record late past Swiss's bedtime and how he I remember that episode where they were all delirious because that game wouldn't end. Remember that one, Matt?
They had a lot of those.
Yeah. Oh man, those are some good things. I miss Uno. God damn it. Come on, Xavier. Come on, Swiss. Get out of there. We want our party back, don't we, Matt?
Yeah, well, it ain't gonna be anytime soon. But I do think they'll be back together again in the future.
Yeah. Lana tried to get Miro to do an OnlyFans. People want to see those jacked thighs, you know. Miro, I think, declined. Moving on. MJF putting over Bryan Danielson. Of course, he always does interviews in character, so he had to switch it up too, saying that Bryan Danielson is one of the best pure athletes ever in the world, but he's still mid. Still mid. Can't wait for that to happen. I also talked about possibly leaving for WWE after his contract is up in 2024. So it'll be interesting to see if he does that or gives
not happening.
Yeah. I think he'll be in WWE sometime in his career.
I don't.
You know, I think he should actually.
I think that would be career suicide.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't realize his contract was.
You really think that man's going to be allowed to cut his own promos?
True. That's probably going to be a deciding factor on if he jumps or not. So
he ain't dude. He's not jumping.
Yeah.
Like there's not. This isn't even a debatable question.
I think he should have a run in WWE in his career at some point.
Never gonna happen.
Another All Elite signee, a good one. Daniel Garcia is now official. I think a lot of these, especially with Garcia, he still had a lot of indie dates to wrap up, and so that's why Tony waited to make it official on there. Did you see CM Punk retweeting Sasha Banks?
I most certainly did.
CM Punk, Sasha Banks, promo for SmackDown last Friday, graphic, and she posted the graphic and then put it on there. It's clobbering time, and then Punk retweeted it and said, "Indeed, it was." Oh, Matt, this has got to be your favorite news of the week, Matt. I have a feeling.
I have a feeling you're being sarcastic. So
nope, not this time. Not this time. Not sarcastic. A fan on social media suggested that Bray Wyatt should wrestle Danhausen, and Bray Wyatt actually responded to that fan and said, "We should unite instead." How very evil of us.
It's not wrong.
Imagine that pairing, man. That'd be very nice, wouldn't it?
I'm here for it.
Very nice. Very evil.
Book that shit.
Yes, please. Oh, Top Dollar and AEW continuing to trade jabs at one another.
He's going to feel really dumb in 6 months when he's in catering every week.
Ooh.
Dude, you know Hit Row's not going to survive on the main roster. Everything that's great about them is unscripted in NXT. They are going to be, dude, they're in 6 months, they're going to be done. They're going to be sanitied for sure.
Yeah,
I wish that wasn't there. I wish it wasn't the case because I love Hit Row.
Yeah.
But like they're deep shit on the main roster, man. Like it's just that simple.
Sammy Vlog not pulling any punches on that.
Oh
that feud
man. That was good shit.
Yeah. You want the top dollar? I don't think it's wrinkled. I don't think it's gonna go in the vending machine.
Like the top dollar's a little green.
Speaking of the Sammy vlog, the tag team of Too Fast, Too Fuego is set to debut.
I'm so hyped for this.
Is set to debut.
This is what Cody should do for the rest of his career. Fuck this garbage that he's doing right now, where he's going to beat Malachi Black on Saturday. We should be getting Too Fast, Too Fuego in the fucking tag team title scene.
God,
that's what should be happening right now.
One half of that team is Fuego del Sol. The other half is definitely not Cody Rhodes. If you watch the Sammy vlog, you'll get it and understand.
There was a Fightful post about it happening at the Dark Tapings, and Cody retweeted it and said, "Stop tagging me in this shit."
Yeah. He Going Broadway podcast tweeted it out too, and Cody retweeted and said, "I'm not involved in this, but I'm excited to see a fresh team joining the fray."
Sure you're not, Cody. I'm sure you're not.
Oh God, my allergies are killing me right now. Holy shit. Oh, spoiler for King of the Ring. Oh, that was before Raw. Oh yeah, that was yeah. Hey, look, Sean Ross Sapp right again.
What else is now?
They had some sad news. Ace Austin and Impact Wrestling interviewer Gia Miller. They got a GoFundMe set up right now. As unfortunately, their home burnt down a couple of days ago. So I think if you go to Gia Miller's Twitter account, you can check out the GoFundMe there. So pretty sad story there of what happened there. Tony Khan is very fired up over AEW Rampage beating SmackDown head-to-head in the demo, doing that victory lap, as Matt said. LFG, Matt, LFG.
Let's fucking go.
The Inspiration coming to Impact Wrestling this weekend. Immediately in the title picture, they talked about their release. They were on Busted Open Radio recently and talked about all the possibilities of where they could end up, and said it really came down to Impact having such an amazing tag division, and that's what they wanted to do. That's where they felt like they fit the best, and when they made the decision to join Impact, it just felt right. After WWE having this feeling of this feels really good was so very important to them, which is not a surprise. Heard nothing but incredible things about Impact and are super excited to join the locker room and be a part of it. That was what McKay said. Cassie Leith then added, that's our complete focus. We are going for the Knockouts Tag Team Championships. That's been Jess and my dream for as long as we can remember. We want to create this women's tag division we want to create this women's tag team division that is the best. I really feel the Knockouts division is up there with the best women's divisions across all platforms. I feel honored to be a part of it and to be a part of a tag team like that. It means everything to Jess and I. So very cool stuff. They were asked would they return to WWE if called, and Jess McKay said, for my mental health, no. But I would not Herbert, no. But I would throw out an absurd amount of money just to see what happens. Yeah, maybe for 10 million, Vince. How about that? Yeah. Oh no. Okay.
Fuck off, Vince.
Cassie responded with, I would joke that I would leave them on red. Adam Scherr, probably going to see him soon. Maybe Saturday.
I was going to say maybe as early as Saturday.
Yeah, very nice, very evil. He mentioned in an interview recently with Sports Illustrated that he wants to find a balance between side projects and the ring. Well, hey, Impact Wrestling, AEW, those are two places you could do that, Adam. So maybe we'll see you on Saturday. According to Andrew Zarian of Matmen Wrestling, Retro Rock coming back January of 2022. No official date given, but it better be better than the last few Retro Raws, because those have been just pretty ridiculous. So I haven't done a good Retro Raw in a while. The great reality show Ms. and Mrs. announced for a third season. Good to hear. Great reality show there. I think they announced it on Ellen DeGeneres show. Samoa Joe getting into the video game world. We know Joe's a gamer. Joey Head Rocker. He's going to voice King Shark in the upcoming Suicide Squad video game that is going to be coming out here sometime in 2022, I do believe. I don't have the official date on that, but Joe gonna be King Shark in that one. Trevor Murdoch believes the NWA can be on a major TV network within 5 years. Matt, do you agree?
It's possible.
I heard Power's free again. Somebody told me that last week.
I have not heard that, but that might be the only way they get people to watch.
Right.
So,
I mean, 5 a month was not terrible, but you got to have a draw. And I mean, if we saw, NWA 73 had some good moments, but man, there were some boring ass moments in that pay-per-view as well. Some very cool news announced by Cody Rhodes here this week. Amanda Huber, the wife of the late great Brody Lee, has officially joined AEW as in the community outreach team with AEW. Cody on Twitter says, "Please welcome Amanda Huber to the community outreach team. Tony Khan has placed her on the best team as we approach each community that AEW performs in and make strides to do good when the cameras are on and, more importantly, when they're off. Welcome, Amanda." So great news to hear out of AEW there. So we got Halloween Havoc on Tuesday, Matt, and this mysterious person has been in the vignettes for Halloween Havoc. I have 2 guesses as to who it might be, Matt, but who do you think it is?
What do you mean?
The vignettes for Halloween Havoc that have been airing for the past month?
It's either Ember Moon or Dakota Kai.
I'm saying even though she's drafted to SmackDown, I think it's either Shotzi Blackheart or Paige. Paige has been doing a lot of teasing lately.
There ain't no way it's Paige.
I'm just holding my breath. I'm gonna turn blue.
Paige is coming back. She ain't coming to NXT.
Hey, it's better than the main roster. I'll tell you that much.
And her deal's up in like June.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I'm Paige, I'm not taking another bump until my contract's up.
Good point. A guy that's going to be taking more bumps, hopefully, because he's been injured most of his contract. Heath, he's got kids, has announced he signed a 2-year deal with Impact Wrestling. So good to see Heath back in the fold. Of course, he has been hampered by an injury. God, what was it that he had? I can't remember. You remember what Heath's injury was, Matt?
It was his ACL, wasn't it?
Was it? I couldn't remember.
Pretty sure it was his ACL.
Speaking of Impact, a guy that's been making the rounds in the United States lately, GCW, AEW, now Impact Wrestling. Minoru Suzuki set to be a part of the Impact Wrestling tapings, which will be they're going to be doing television tapings on the 24th and 25th, 2 days after Bound for Glory. So that'll be pretty cool to see who they have him have him go head to head with on the roster.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what their plan is.
I'd like to see a Suzuki Rich Swann match.
I wouldn't hate it.
I wouldn't hate a
Oddly,
Moose.
they haven't really done a damn thing with Swan since.
No, they've been teaming him with Willie Mack
Since he lost the world title. It's been really weird what they've done to him since that program ended. Like I'm really confused. Honestly, I'm really confused by it all.
How he's been on the back burner.
Yeah, it isn't. Don't you find it weird?
Yeah, I mean, he had that feud with
like as soon as the thing with Omega was over, it was like doink.
Yeah, got jobbed to Morrissey, and
I don't know. It's really confusing. It's really confusing to me how they've used him since that occurrence. Like I don't honestly I don't understand it. But
I'd love a Moose and Suzuki match too, man. Game Changer Wrestling has announced that they will have a launch of a West Coast promotion called LA Fights. It's going to be based out in California. Of course, GCW has made several trips to California recently for shows and such. And so it'll be pretty cool to see them to have an official brand out there in the West Coast where they are based out of New Jersey normally. All right, we got two big shows coming up here. We got Crown Jewel tomorrow, Bound for Glory on Saturday. It's time for some predictions. Let's start off with Bound for Glory. I have I guess I haven't really followed Impact closely. What is this Impact Digital Media Championship?
look, it's an intergender title.
Okay.
And people want to fucking make fun of the name. Look, I think Impact's ahead of the curve.
It's a weird name.
To me, the year 2021, the year of the television championship is kind of passe.
Yeah.
Social media, love it or hate it, rules the fucking day now. So, I think the digital media championship, while it sounds weird because it's something new, I think it was the smartest thing they could have done, and I believe other companies will follow suit in the years to come.
Intergender
I think Impact was actually ahead of the curve.
Intergender six-way match for this title. We got John Schuyler, Krazzy Steve, Fala Ba, Jordan Grace, Chelsea Green, Tennille Dashwood. Who do you got winning that one, Matt?
I would say either Green or Grace. I think a woman should win it first.
I'm gonna go the woman that's the social media maven on her persona. I'm going Tennille Dashwood for this one, Matt.
Not a bad choice either.
Yeah.
My only thing with Dashwood is they really haven't done anything with her.
No.
Outside of I'm looking for a tag team partner for like the last year.
The past year.
So,
that feels like that's been the past year, hasn't it?
Yeah. So I'm just like I'm not super convinced that that's going to be what they're gonna do, but we'll see.
Triple threat match for the Impact World Tag Team titles. The Good Brothers, Finn Juice, and Bullet Club. I'm gonna put her on the club for life, Matt. I'm going with Hikuleo and Chris Bay here.
I mean, it's possible. I wouldn't roll it out.
Who are you feeling?
I wouldn't be surprised if the champions retain.
Okay. Is their contracts up soon?
I think June or July.
Yeah.
Plenty of time.
Yeah. Violent by Design taking on Heath and to be announced. Gee, who's that mystery partner, Matt?
He's already asked Rhino to be the partner. I mean, it really comes down to if Rhino will accept.
He will, don't you think?
No, I'm just saying that's the story that they're telling.
Okay, but
the story's already been told. It just comes down to him accepting it now.
Of course, we still got another episode of Impact. We got the Go Home show tomorrow, so
yeah.
Probably get the answer then. Inspiration win debut match. I would put it on him.
Here's the thing: I would have never done this to begin with.
Yeah,
there's no way I would have brought them in and put them in the world in a tag team title match
without having a match.
Because to me, as a tag team, if they come in and they win the tag titles on their first night, there's nowhere to go but down.
Yeah.
So to me, it's just
you have them lose for the
I would not. I would not bring them in on night one and have them lose either.
Well, you gotta do something.
Match and they have to fucking win.
Okay.
Because you can't bring them in and lose on night one because that's just disasters for the team. But there's no way I would have brought them in and put them in a title match on night one. I would have had them run their way through the division and get the title shot at, whatever their next pay-per-view is.
Yeah.
Whatever the one in January is. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now. But that's when I would have been, I think, I keep on wanting to say Hard Justice, but I don't think that's it. Whatever the January / February pay-per-view is, I would have had them win the titles then. Like I would not have done it this quick. I think it's a hot shot, and I think long term it'll be bad for the team. But we'll see how it turns out.
Triple threat match for the vacant X Division Championship. Steve Macklin, El Phantasmo, Trey Miguel. Who do you got there, Matt?
Give me the names again.
Trey Miguel, Steve Macklin, El Phantasmo.
I do Trey Miguel personally, but for some reason I'm thinking they're going to go Macklin.
Yeah, I mean Trey Miguel's been well overdue for how he's never been an X Division champion, I don't think. So he's well overdue to hold.
I think Macklin should be the one.
Yeah, but Macklin's undefeated, so I'm worried if they'll probably put it on Macklin instead of Trey Miguel. But Miguel deserves it though, that's for damn sure. Call your shot gauntlet match. Do you think Swan, Brian Myers, Moose, Morrissey, or Saban win, or we got
Isn't there like 20 fucking people in this?
Yeah, there's 15.
I can't even guarantee that the person who wins this we even know they're in it yet.
Yeah.
So I look, if we're only allowed to pick from the field,
Adam Shearer.
I would think Moose is the most likely. But yeah, you can't roll out like a Braun Strowman showing up and winning this.
Bray Wyatt.
No, because look, if Wyatt's still truly under his 90 days, his 90 days ain't up yet.
Yeah, it's
ain't up until the 29th.
Yeah.
So that can't happen. It can't be Bray Wyatt unless he somehow got out of his out of his gimmick. And I don't think he has.
Out of his gimmick.
So
Knockouts Championship, Mickie James, Deonna Purrazzo. As much as I like Mickie James, I don't think she should be the one to take it off of Deonna Purrazzo, who's had a long run with that title. I think that should go to someone that's probably more up and coming or something. She's had the title for almost a full year now. She got it at Turning Point in November, so I'm sticking with Deonna here, Matt.
Put it on Mickie.
I wouldn't mind it, but I don't want her to be the one to take it off of Deonna.
There's no reason. There's nothing that says Deonna can't win it back.
Yeah.
I say put it on Mickie.
Option C is being invoked here for the Impact World Championship. Josh Alexander.
This will be the one we easily agree on.
Yeah. Yep. Josh Alexander is going to be your new Impact World Champion at the end of the night.
I called this title change months ago. I wanted it to be Omega, but what can you do?
What can you do?
I really wanted to see Alexander versus Omega. I think that match would have been incredible.
Yeah. Crown Jewel. Early in the afternoon here in the States for you. Noon Eastern, 11 Central.
Yeah, I guess by the time you listen to this, you can tell us if we were right or not.
Hey, you can make fun of our picks as we record at 10 close to 10 Eastern, 9 Central. We are making our picks on Wednesday here. Well, pre-show's pretty obvious. Usos and Hurt Business. I don't think they're going to put the Hurt Business over, are they?
I know. I don't see the Usos losing this.
Yeah, plus Hurt Business are on Raw, so makes no sense to have them beat those SmackDown Tag Champs. We'll get a good match out of it, but Mansoor, Mustafa Ali, are you pulling events here? Mansoor is not lost in Saudi. I'm sticking with Mansoor, Matt. You pulling
I think Mansoor wins, but look, I don't put nothing past Vince.
Yeah. Hell in a Cell. This will be a good one. Edge and Seth Rollins, Hell in a Cell. Who do you got, Matt?
Edge.
Yep, I agree. Finals of the Queen's Crown tournament that got about 10 minutes of in-ring time. Doudrop, Zelina Vega I am gonna go Zelina Vega here, Matt. I'm gonna put the crown on the heel here.
Also going Vega.
Finn Balor, Xavier Woods for the finals of the King of the Ring. I think I already know your pick.
I want Woods to win, but I think Balor's winning, and I would love to be proven wrong.
I'm sticking with it. King of the Ring. King of the Ring. I'm sticking with
it.
The King. You know what day
I want it, man. I want it.
You know what day it is.
But I'm not helpful, man. I'm really not. I don't trust Vince to do the right thing by his talent.
I'm sticking with it. King Woods.
Like I said, I want to be wrong, dude. There's nothing that would make me happier on tomorrow's show than for Xavier Woods to become King of the Ring. I just don't see it happening.
Goldberg, Bobby Lashley, title not involved. Who do you put over here? Who do you think's getting put over? I guess is the better question.
They should put over Lashley.
They won't.
But Goldberg's winning this match. like, come on.
Yeah, this is. Yeah,
come on.
This is house show. This is house show rules. Babyface wins this one. Drew taking on Big E for the WWE Championship. Big E ain't no transitional champion. Big E retains. Matt.
And Drew's going to SmackDown.
Yeah, exactly.
Big E wins. Not even a question.
He'll do a titty dance.
There's a lot of not even a questions on this show.
Much like the next match, RK Bro and AJ Styles and Omos.
There's zero reason for these titles to change hands.
Exactly. Triple threat match for the SmackDown SmackDown Women's Championship. Only one of these women is on SmackDown, so is the answer obvious? Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks. Only Sasha is on SmackDown. Is it obvious? Matt, are they putting it on Sasha or I got my own thoughts, but I will refrain for a minute.
After what I saw on Monday, I believe Becky retains and that they are going to use this as a loophole to have both both Becky and Charlotte on both Raw and SmackDown until they drop their respective championships to the opposite brand. I think that's what they're doing.
I agree that Becky Lynch is going to win, but I disagree with what your booking is going to be. I think everybody thinks that they're going to do the, oh, you had the blue one, I had the red one, let's exchange the titles. Hee hee ha ha. I truly believe that they're both going to have their own titles, and they're both. This is WWE's way to have them each on both shows until they drop the title. Let me finish. Becky Lynch is going to retain, and then she's going to beat Charlotte for the title, and we're going to get the return of Becky 2 belts. You heard it right here.
I don't see that happening.
You heard it right here.
They might face each other at Survivor Series with both titles on the line. They might do that, but until Survivor Series, I think they're going to be on both shows.
And your main event for the Universal Championship, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Matt.
Brock Lesnar's not winning this match.
Nope. And Paul ain't turning either. Everybody expecting it.
I don't know anybody that's actually expecting that.
I think they're trying to make you think it, at least.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely trying to make you think it. But
my tribal chief.
Yeah, like there's no way Roman loses. To me, the Brock gets screwed somehow. It's going to be a screwy finish.
The Usos
and Roman's going to be like, I ain't giving him any more title shots. And Brock's going to have to win the Rumble to get another shot at Roman, and that'll be at WrestleMania. That's what I think is going to happen.
I don't want Brock to win the Rumble. Fuck no. But oh well. I like this Brock though.
I would bank on Brock winning the Rumble.
I like this Brock though. I like this edition of Brock. So maybe I won't hate it.
So look forward to him winning the Rumble. I think he's going to.
I want him to win Money in the Bank. I want the boombox back. I'll just have him come out with a boombox. Fuck it. Can't have the Money in the Bank briefcase. Just have him come out with the boombox.
My God.
Roman is winning this for damn sure. I don't really want Brock to be the one to dethrone him, but again, well,
Look, I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of heat for this, but I don't give a flying fuck. The Roman title reign is stale as fuck.
Acknowledge me.
I'm fucking over it.
Acknowledge me.
I'm acknowledging that your title reign is stale as fuck. Because you're telling the same goddamn story that you've been telling for the last fucking year. You can barely beat anybody on your own.
Which will probably happen which will happen tomorrow. Usos will probably come out.
Yeah, it's the same shit over and over again with different people. And Brock, the only reason the Brock and Roman thing is interesting because of Paul Heyman in the middle.
Yep.
Like honestly, Roman has told all the story that he can at this point, and it's fucking boring to me. Like I've had my fill of Roman's title reign. I've had enough.
It's going to do it for this edition of Lost the Midcard. Once again, we are on the podcast, so make sure you go check us out on the podcast version through anchor.fm. You can search for Lost the Midcard or search on Spotify, iTunes, Google, any of your favorite podcasting apps. Go ahead and search. Make sure you select the new feed so you get the most updated episodes as we're on anchor.fm now. Also, the YouTube, the video version of the podcast, where you can see my smiling face every week. And that is also just search for Lost the Midcard. Go to our website, litmcpodcast.com. All the shiznit is there, including our handles on the Twitter. Matt is on there at Raw F Showtime. I'm on there at JB Huskers. Find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Lost the Midcard, as well as Twitter at LITMC Podcast. That covers it all. So let's ride off into the sunset. Look forward to a couple of pay-per-views the next couple of days. Matt, what's your final thoughts?
I think we're gonna have a really fun night of wrestling on Saturday between Dynamite and Bound for Glory. I think, and
I'll be out of town.
I think you're gonna get your fill of some fun wrestling on Saturday, which I don't think we're really gonna get tomorrow at Crown Jewel.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna be out of town. Oh well.
I think if you want to see a highly budgeted WWE house show, you're really gonna enjoy Crown Jewel tomorrow.
I think Crown Jewel's this is gonna be the best Saudi show that we've ever had. I think it's gonna be a lot more interesting than the other ones I've ever been. So at least it's gonna be. The
problem is we say this almost every time one of these Saudi shows comes around. This is gonna be the show. This is gonna be the one that's better than all the others, and it never ends up being.
It is, guys. This one is gonna be.
I'm not even trying to set myself up for that.
It is. This is the one.
Oh boy.
I'm going to the bar. For Matt Black, this is Jeremy Bennett. I'm gonna go have a beer with Briggs and Jensen over there, the beer boys from NXT 2.0. For Matt Black, this is Jeremy Bennett. Thank you for tuning into Lost the Midcard. We'll be back at you next week with our reaction to our predictions to these two shows and much more. Enjoy.